Hey guys, we're doing an ACT practice today. Today's specific topic is elementary algebra. The ACT is a little different than the SAT, guys. The ACT, you just have one subtopic, 60 questions for math, and you can use a calculator, but it has to be non-CAS. So here's my calculator right there. So I'm going to use a TA84, well, the emulator, I guess, specifically. And elementary algebra questions typically account for about 15% of the math section. So let's go over it and see if we can figure these questions out. I think they'll be all right. I think you guys have all the tools necessary to succeed in these exams, guys. They don't ask you anything too extreme. You've been doing a lot of these questions probably since 7th grade, and the math is not what you would consider like super high. So you just gotta relax a little bit and go over them. All right, so let's get right into it, guys. So the first thing we have here is it says 5x plus 3 equals 133. What is x? So like always, we're going to isolate the variable x. So to do that, you got to subtract 3. There's an equal sign there. So when I subtract 3, that's going to turn into 130. So I have 5x equals 130. So what I did there, guys, was I subtracted 3. Now, remember what this means. A lot of you guys memorize these things, and you guys just put the little division symbol by 5, division symbol by 5, without really going through the motions. This means 5 times x equals 130. So to isolate the x, you got to divide by that number 5. So there it is. I'm isolating the x. X equals, well, let's see. I know that if I have 5 quarters, that's 125. And a quarter is 25 cents. So since I have 130, I got to go one more than 25. So that's 26. So there it is, guys. Now, you know, if you wanted to use a calculator, then that's fine. You can just go 130 divided by 5, and you'll get your answer, 26. But I don't think you necessarily need it. Not necessarily, not all the time. All right, which is the solution to a to the power x times 2 to the power 4 equals 1/4 to the power x? All right, you could do this with a calculator, guys. You could put this in y1 and put this in y2 and see where they intersect. See where they intersect. But I think that is too much time. I mean, I don't know. I think pushing buttons takes a lot of time. The easiest way, in my opinion, to do it, I see 2 there. I can turn all this into the factor of 2 or the base of 2. So what I mean by that is like 2 to the power 1 is 2, 2 to the power 2 is 4, 2 to the power 3 is 8. And I see all those numbers in there. So here we go, guys. So 2, I said 2 and I wrote 8. 2 to the power 3 is 8, and I have that x there, so I can just slide that x right there like so. So your laws of exponents. So I guess a quick side note. 2 to the power 3 raised to the power x. So 2 to the power 3 is 8, and 8 to the power x, well, your laws of exponents say if I have an exponent raised to an exponent, I can just multiply it. So that's where that 2 to the 3x came from, guys. So 2 to the 3x, and then 2 squared, well, 2 to the 4th power, I'm going to leave it as 2 to the 4th power, equals, and then that 1/4, I'm going to rewrite this as 1 over 2 squared, and I still have the x. So I'm going to bring this up, guys, and when I do that, so here's what I have. 2 to the power 3x, 2 to the power 4 equals 2 to the power negative 2, and I still have that x in there, and I'm trying to show as much detail as I can. I can assure you, if you're doing this without having commentary, you would do it so much faster. I'm just trying to show as much detail as I can here, guys. So here we go. So now I have this. Everything's in terms of 2's, so I'm just going to use my laws of exponents. When I multiply, I can add these two dudes up. So I can say 3x plus 4 must equal a negative 2x. And then from there, you just solve for x. So I'm going to move the 2x to the left and move the 4 to the right. So 3x plus 2x is a 5x. And then negative 4, and then divide by 5. So I have x equals a negative 4/5. And I look for that answer, and there it is, guys. And then, of course, if you want to verify it, you can. Let me take out this calculator here. So let's see, 8 to the power negative 4/5. And I'm going to multiply that times 2 to the power 4. I'm going to push enter, and I get that number. And I'm going to go 1/4, and I better get the same digit, and I'm going to raise it to the power negative 4/5, and let's see if I get the same thing. And there it is, guys, it's the same. Yeah, you could have typed it into y1 and y2 in there, but I decided not to. So there we go. And I know it looks like maybe you're thinking like, man, Chavez, it looks like you did it a lot faster just typing it into the calculator. Maybe. I mean, I think if you're fast, like I think if you can write quick and you can think kind of quickly, I think you'll be a lot faster just writing it out. All right. So this one here says a man has X dollars to be divided equally among P people. Okay, that's fine. If N new people join the group, then each person gets how many fewer dollars than the original people would have received? Okay, this is a tricky question. I didn't bother writing A, B, C, D, E. I'm not sure why I didn't do that, guys, because I actually typed this out sometime last week, and I can't remember my frame of mind. But I didn't, for whatever reason, I didn't put A, B, C, D, E in there. So it says a man has X dollars divided by equally among P people. So here is the amount that the P people would have gotten. So imagine you have $100 and dividing by 10 people. Well, each person's going to get $10. And it doesn't want to know how much you're getting now. It wants to know how much fewer you're going to get after you've added N people. Well, if I've added N people, let's see, the amount of dollars hasn't changed. And then P plus N. So this is how much you're going to get. This in blue. Or you know what? I don't need to use the blue there. This here that I just wrote, X over P plus N, is your new amount of how much each person is going to get in dollar amounts. Now, they don't want to know how much I'm going to get now. They want to know how much fewer. Look what it says. Then each person gets how many fewer dollars than the original people would have received. Well, this is the original. And this is the new. So if I want to know how many fewer dollars I get, I'm going to subtract that, guys. So to subtract that, I need to find a common denominator. So I'm going to multiply this dude by P over P. And I'm going to multiply this guy by P plus N over P plus N. So when I do that, so let's see what I get. X, and then I'm going to write P plus N over P plus N minus XP over P plus N. So let's see. So I'm going to have XP plus XN minus XP. The denominators are all the same, so I can just rewrite it as P plus N. And I see XP's here, we're going to cancel out. So this is how much fewer money you're going to have. Here's the expression that will determine that. If you distribute this guy here, P squared plus PN. So there it is. If it were to have multiple choice, I'm sure that answer would have been in there. Maybe factored form, maybe not. And let's keep going, guys. If I went too fast there, which I hope I didn't, but if I went too fast there, maybe listen to it again one more time. And if you don't understand it, reach out to me and I can explain it slower. All right, so we have here, this is a traditional type of question. 2x plus y equals 6, x plus 3y equals negative 2, then x minus 2y equals, okay. Here's what I'm noticing. I'm noticing I have a 2x and I have an x. If I subtract 2x minus x, you get x. And then I see a y and I see a 3y. And if I subtract 1 minus 3, you're going to get a negative 2y. Do you guys see that? So I'm going to write equation 1, 2x plus y equals 6. Equation 2, I'm going to write x plus 3y equals negative 2. If I subtract, then I get that 1x. So let's see, let's subtract. If I subtract 2x minus x is 1x. 1 minus 3, because I'm distributing that negative there, 1 minus 3 is going to be a negative 2y equals, and then minus a negative 2, that's going to be plus, so 6 plus 2 is 8. So x minus 2y is 8. Yay. So there it is, guys. Not too shabby. Sometimes you got to solve for x and y, but in this case, they were being kind of nice to us. So you just got to see those little patterns there, guys. So there it is. That's all it is. It's just patterns. All right. Example 5. Suppose x, y, and z are three quantities such that 4x plus 4y plus 3z equals 30 and 3x plus 3y plus 2z equals 10. What is the average of x, y, and z? All right. Well, how do you find average of anything? Average of anything is x plus y plus z, and there's 3 of them, and divided by 3, and that's how you find average. What I'm noticing, look again, guys, patterns. 4x, 3x, 4y, 3y, 3z, 2z. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, notice that all of them differ just by 1. So they're making it kind of easy. Not really. They're being tricksters, all those tricksters. So yeah, so check it out, guys. I'm going to write equation 1. 4x plus 4y plus 3z equals 30. And then equation 2, I'm going to write 3x plus 3y plus 2z equals 10. And notice, if I were to subtract, just like I did a little while ago, I'm going to get 1x, 1y, and 1z, which is what I want. That's what I want. I want 1x, 1y, 1z. And then that way, once I have that isolated, I can just divide it by 3. So let's see. 4x minus 3x, 1x. 4y plus, minus 3y, 1y. 3z minus 2z, 1z. 30 minus 10, 20. Okay, so what did I say I needed? I needed x plus y plus z divided by 3. Well, I have the expression now, x plus y plus z, and that equals 20. So what I got to do is I got to divide this expression by 3. Whatever you do to one, you do to the other. So this is average, AVG. So whatever 20 divided by 3 is my answer. What's that? Like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20. So that looks like 6.666. Oh, that's the devil's number. I'm going to erase that. Let's put 1.6 with a little, because we're heavenly here. So that little line on top means it just repeats forever. Or maybe 6 2/3. There you go. That's a lot better. All right. So yeah, there it is, guys. Not too shabby. All right, let's keep going. Example 6 here. I hope this is not a bad time because we're pretty rolling. But if you want to bring in your parents to check out some of these questions, I think they would enjoy it. I think they'd have a good time doing some of these questions with you guys. Show them what you're working on during the summer. Like, hey, dad and mom, check it out. Or guardians. All right, here we go. Which of the following statements completely describes the solution set for the inequality? So all they're doing is to solve for x, guys. They're telling you to solve for x for what x values is this statement true? That's all they're trying to say. So distribute the 2. So 2x minus 6 greater than, and then distribute the 3. 3x plus 12. As you can see, we haven't done anything crazy, guys. We haven't needed the calculator lately. I'm going to move all the x's to one side. So when I move that to the other side, I'm going to subtract 3. So 2 minus 3 is going to be a negative x. And then when I move that 6 to the right, it's going to be plus 6. So negative x is greater than, and then 12 plus 6, what's that, 18? And then I don't want a negative x, I just want x values. So you divide by negative 1. And when you divide by negative 1, make sure to switch that inequality symbol. So x is less than negative 18. So this would make that statement true. And there it is. That's it, guys. All right, let's keep going. Example 7. What is a in terms of b and x? So what they're telling, let me read that again. What is a in terms of b and x? So what they're telling us is that they want a by itself. Or they want a equals something. A equals, and they want that part there. So that's easy, guys. So let's see. X squared b to the 4th equals a b to the negative 1. If you wanted to, you could rewrite this as a over b and then times b times b. But I just like to do this. Divide by b to the negative 1. Divide by b to the negative 1. These go away. So a equals x squared b to the 4th over b to the negative 1. Remember what this means. B to the negative 1 means it comes up. So x squared times b to the 4th times b to the power 1. No, I'm not insulting your intelligence. I know that a lot of you could just look at it probably in the first statement and rewritten it already. I'm just trying to show as much work as I can, guys. So there it is. And yeah, we probably overextended it. We probably didn't need to show that much work. But I wanted to show the details. All right, here we go. Ooh, this one looks nice. It looks like it's going to be fun. X squared minus y squared equals 40. X minus y equals 4. Then x squared plus y squared equals. Okay. They could have very easily, I see the A, B, C, D, E, and they could have very easily have shown like just numbers instead of X, Y, because I think, yeah, it does. This expression will have a specific X value and a specific Y value, but they chose not to go that route. This is the key. You got to know your difference of squares, guys. So side note, from your algebra days or from your when you were Miss Torres or Miss Gonzalez, you got to know that a squared minus b squared is the same thing as a minus b, a plus b. And that's going to help you out a lot, big time, especially when you're taking all these type of exams, guys. So if you recognize that, it'll make life so much easier for you. So x squared minus y squared equals 40. That's the difference of squares. So I'm going to rewrite that as x minus y, x plus y, and all that equals 40. Now, they already helped me out here. Look what they wrote. They wrote that x minus y is 4. So I can write 4, x plus y equals 40. And then I'm going to divide by 4, So now I have x plus y equals 40 divided by 4 is 10. Now they want to know what x squared plus y squared is. The only way to get the expression x squared plus y squared is if I square the x plus y here. If you square one side, you got to square the other. So be careful. I'm foiling, guys. A lot of you guys have the habits of just writing x squared plus y squared. Don't do that. I'm foiling. So remember, I'm doing this. X plus y times x plus y. All right, x times x, x squared, plus x times y is xy. But you're going to have how many? That's right. I'm going to have 2 of them. Guys, I'm kidding. I can't actually hear you guys, but I'm assuming that you guys said 2. Plus, what's y times y? Y squared. Yes, y squared, guys. Equals, and then 10 squared is 100. All right, so hopefully you got that far. So now, what I want to do is I want to isolate the x squared and y squareds. So I'm just going to move the 2xy to the right. So here we go. X squared plus y squared equals 100 minus 2xy. So they want to know what x squared plus y squared is. It's 100 minus 2xy. Yay. All right, let's keep going, guys. Find the larger root of x squared plus 11x plus 30 equals 0. All right, let's factor that out. That looks like it's easily factorable. 6 times 5 is 30, and 6 plus 5 is 11. So I can rewrite this as x plus 6, x plus 5. And from there, my roots, if they want to know what the roots are, I have x equals negative 6, x equals negative 5. All right, magnitude-wise, the negative 6, I guess, is larger, but they don't want to know magnitude-wise. They just want to know what's the larger root. So the answer is negative 5. Now, hold on. Before everyone starts screaming, let me explain why that is. In a number line, negative 6 is here. Negative 5 is to the right of negative 6. The further right you go, the bigger it is. The bigger that number is. The further left you go, the smaller that number is. And I know for those of you that are physics minded, it's in physics it doesn't work like that at all. Like if I say what force is greater, negative 100 newtons or 25 newtons. Yeah, in physics, the negative 100 newtons, that's a force and it's larger on the left than it is on the right. That's different. This, we're just talking about the number. So the further right you go on a number line, the bigger it is. The further left you go on the number line, the smaller it is. And I know, guys, scientists, mathematicians, and physicists fight all the time about this, but we're just talking about just numbers here. We're not talking about application yet. So I hope that made sense, guys. If it didn't, email me or send me a chat, and we can chat about it. So, yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Maybe that's a good conversation that you guys can have with your parents. What's smaller? What's bigger? What do you define? It's all just definitions, guys. All right, here we go. A rectangular garden plot has dimensions x by 1 feet by x plus 3 feet and has an area of 32 square feet. What is its length in feet of the larger side of the plot? Okay, so I have a rectangular plot. And let's see, x minus 1, x plus 3, and 32 square feet. So let's see, x minus 1 times x plus 3, area, length times width, I better get 32. So x squared minus, I'm just foiling, so negative 1 plus 3, that's going to be plus 2x, minus 3 equals 32. I'm going to move the 32 to the left. X squared plus 2x minus 32, minus 35 equals 0. And what's that? 5 and 7? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35? Yeah, 5 and 7, guys. 5 and 7 are my roots. So 5 times 7 will give me 35. And if I make the 5 negative, negative 5 times 7 is negative 35, and negative 5 plus 7 will give me a positive 2. So x minus 5, x plus 7. So I have x equals 5 and x equals negative 7. Let's see, it cannot be negative 7. That's not the answer. So before you push 5, don't push that in yet, guys. So it wants the largest side of the plot. So if x is 5, let's see, that means this plot is 4. 5 minus 1 is 4. And then 5 plus 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. So 8. So be careful, guys. Some of you guys are too fast. And that's where you make your little mistakes. All right, here we go. Ooh, these are fun. 3 consecutive odd integers are such that 3 times the middle integer is 25 more than the sum of the smallest and largest. Find the largest of the integers. Guys, I'm going to have to read that again, guys. All right, hold on. 3 consecutive odd integers are such that 3 times the middle integer is 25 more. Okay, so here are my 3 consecutive integers that are odd. X, comma, so if this is a 1, I'm just making this up. Like if this is a 1, then the next one that's odd is going to be 2 away. X plus 2, and then the next one that's going to be odd is another going to be 2 away from the original. So x plus 4. So in case you're wondering, Travis, I have no idea what you just did. Imagine this is 3, then 3 plus 2 is 5, and then 3 plus 5, man, what am I saying? 3 plus 4 is 7. So there it is, guys. It works. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 3 and 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 3, 5, 7. Those are all 3 consecutive odd numbers. So it works. I'm going to erase that. Now here we go, back to business. And it says 3 times the middle integer is 25 more than the sum of the smallest and largest. Okay, it makes more sense now. 3 times the middle integer, so this is the middle. 3 times the middle integer, and then whatever that is, and saying 25 more, so I'm 25 more than the sum of the smallest and largest. Okay, so whatever the sum is of the smallest and largest, x and x plus 4, 25 more on top of that. X plus 4 plus 25. All right, there we go. Find the largest of the integers. So they want me to find the largest one. So they want me to find this one here that I put a little star on. So let's find it. 3x plus 3 times 2, that's a 6, equals x plus x, that's 2x, 25 and 4, that's 29. So I'm going to subtract the 6, I'm going to subtract the 2x, because I'm bringing that this way and I'm bringing this that way. So x equals, and if I subtract the 6, that's, what's that, 23? Now be careful, that 23 is in there, man, these guys are so tricksters. That is not the answer. X is 23. 23 plus 4 is 27. 23, 4, 5, 6, 27. So the answer is 27, guys. And there it is, 100%. So see, so far you guys have a perfect score here. All right, let's keep going. All right, let's see. Revia. Revia has a job that pays P dollars per hour. On any day that she works for more than 8 hours, she gets paid an additional N dollars for each hour over 8 hours. The following chart shows the hours she worked for 1 week. Okay. In terms of N and P, how many dollars did Revia earn for the week? All right, so let's split all the ones where she worked greater than 8 hours. So this 10, let's split it up into the difference between 8 and 10. So 8 and 2. 8 and 2 is still your 10 hours. And then that 12, 8 and 4. So she gets paid, so we're going to add up the 4, the 8, the 1, the 8, the 8. We're going to add up those, and she gets paid just P on that. So let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and another 8, 21, another 8, 29. Hopefully I didn't add wrong. So 29 times P. Plus, and then we're going to add up these in blue. 4, 5, 6. 6 and that is P plus N because she's getting paid an additional N dollars. P plus N. So there it is, guys. So let's see what that is. Well, I don't see it in here written that way. So let's see what that is total. 29P plus 6P plus 6N. 29P plus 6P, that is 35P plus 6N. 35P plus 6N. Man, those guys, they're tricky. Alright, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. I guess you can give it a thumbs down if you want, but, be nice, guys. I put in some thought into this. If you loved it, subscribe. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If your parents enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And I guess I have an activity for you. If you want to do it, it's optional. And go ahead and take care of the activity, and we'll go from there, guys. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.